What's up, beautiful Leo squad? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. That is me. So happy to have the Leo gang out there with me today. We're going to hop right back into the general routine of things. You got poppers already. We're going to do some tarot love readings for you. Typically, I start to transition into my general monthlies now, but it's just calling for love messages. So while we're at home, maybe self-isolating a bit, let's get you some positive messages regarding love, or maybe offer some confirmations or clarity on things you're looking to hear. As always, guys, general messages here on YouTube. That means not everything I say will resonate with all the Leos out there. It is up to you guys to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Ultimately, I ask that you only take away the messages that resonate with you. Everything else about this video will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as, what other deck do I want to use? This one, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can, including on this video here. And I'm mixing it up. I'm doing a slightly different spread in hopes to decrease the length of these videos just slightly, right? So while you're driving to work or listening to this while you're on the treadmill or on the yoga mat or whatever you're doing, right? Let's see what messages we can get for Leo in love. Slightly different spread. I'm borrowing it from one of my favorite readers, so we'll see if it works out for these. Leo's in love. All right, interesting. Okay, so let's hop in. So this first card is going to be your person. If you don't currently have a person, it could represent someone coming in or someone from your past. Again, only take away messages that resonate for you. If it doesn't resonate, drop it like it's hot. So their overall energy is presenting as the Hanged Man. So in a state of thinking. A state of repose, I heard. So sort of rest and relaxation, perhaps, but he makes the 4, right, with his, the upside down 4 anyway, with his legs. So 4s do indicate a safety zone, a comfort zone, but with the Hanged Man, ultimately, it's putting something on pause or delay, maybe a relationship, maybe a communication, so that they can open up their mind to something new, so that they can be illuminated how to move forward. Ultimately, what they are moving forward towards is major transformation and change. The Death card is what comes after the Hanged Man, which is a fantastic card. So for any of my Leos interested in a Scorpio, there's something potentially there, like welcoming in a Scorpio, or, vice versa. I mean, if you are in some sort of third-party situation and there's a Scorpio kind of looming, maybe you, Leo, have options. Maybe you're deciding between a Pisces and a Scorpio. There is something about a Scorpio that I'm being called to say right now. So yeah, their energy, they're a bit laid back. So if I had to guess, you might not be hearing from them as much, or you might be waiting to hear from them. But they are taking care of themselves, which I really like. This is a card of disconnecting, unplugging from the rest, and deciding how one wants to move forward. So let's look at where their head is at, mentally where they're... Interesting. All right, so they are thinking about moving forward with some sort of thought. These swords represent lessons that we pack on our ship and ultimately apply those lessons as we move forward. But because this is coming up in a love spread, it's moving forward with some sort of important communication that they've been thinking through quite clearly. So, I mean, that's a positive card, but I'm sort of going to clarify it to see. What exactly are they moving forward with? I do want to say they're moving forward with a communication or some... Or a decision that they've made regarding a relationship. And then you have the World. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I think it's really good. The World is all about reestablishing order and balance and harmony. So if you are sort of waiting to hear from someone, and again, they've just been distant, particularly they might just kind of be going through their own struggles, or their own challenges, or their own obstacles in life. But it does seem like there's going to be a... getting things back which were once in disarray, if that makes sense. So emotionally, where are they at? Okay, yeah, emotionally they're still sort of deciding where they want to build, especially with Pentacles. It's the physical, tangible things you can reach out and touch. They may be struggling with money right now, and that is sort of like love may be put on the back burner right now because they're juggling lots of people. This person may have children or may have parents that they're taking care of. But yeah, they're sort of in between. I do like that what they're headed towards is the World. That could also indicate that they are looking to travel. And I hate to say it, but it could potentially mean traveling away. But I think that they would communicate that prior to just upping and leaving, right? This could, and I just got to be really straightforward, guys. This could indicate that they're deciding how to tell you about that plan that they're essentially building, right, with those pentacles. And for some, I do have to say, because that whole thing about Scorpio or Pisces or even Capricorn is coming through here, they may be, I do want to say juggling multiple people. That doesn't mean they're necessarily sleeping with them, right? But they may have options, and so they're kind of weighing out their decision. They're weighing out their options. What else do we need to know about this juggler? But in the emotional section, what's coming up is the juggler, right? So interesting. Juggling heavy emotions. So their sweetheart. It did come out in reverse, but I don't really think that is overly significant. But I do think what I said stands, though, that they're juggling who is their sweetheart. Who is the one that... I like that there's only one person in this spread, right? They are deciding how much time, money, effort, energy that they can like build or put into this relationship with their sweetheart. But that does indicate, though, that not all their time and attention is currently going to you, Leo, whether you're male or female. So what action are they taking? Yeah, they're not taking a lot of action. This reading is only, roughly for the next month or so, right? But yeah, they're in decision-making mode, deciding. Again, with swords, there's two thoughts, there's two options. This person is at multiple crossroads in their life. They are being guided by that moon. So their intuition, again, their emotions. What's coming up in their emotions too is a deciding factor of, it could potentially be people or it could even be some sort of circumstance where they have to choose work over love or vice versa, right? But yeah, their action, it's kind of like meh, it's a bit at a standstill. I think they're trying to disconnect and make very well-informed decisions. It doesn't seem like they're rushing into anything, which is fantastic. So if this card does indicate that mentally they are ready to move forward and move towards that world, you could be that world, right? You could be, I just heard part of your world, that song from Aladdin, right? But that's what I mean. When they do make a decision and decide to move forward, it will be very well thought out. They will be making it with absolute clarity, well-informed decisions, and good judgment. So if it does end up being you, then know that it's not like a fly-by-night offer. It's something that they've sat and like deliberated on for quite some time. All right, so then let's look into where you're at. Your energy is presenting as strength. So you got your card. Beautiful. I love it. Like that little infinity necklace she's wearing there. That's beautiful. So yeah, strength and waiting for the right one. That's sort of what I get from this. So mentally, let's see where you're at. Oh, beautiful, Leo. You're crushing it. Mentally, you're the Queen of Wands. So you know your value and your worth, and you know you're sexy as fuck, right? Whether you're male or female, like look at her confidence. It's like she doesn't have to move a muscle. She knows that when people come in the room, all eyes are on her. So with that, there's a tremendous sense of power and literally strength. I am even getting like a sense of ego and maybe cockiness. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, only I would watch that you don't set yourself up for disappointment. The power of positive thinking, absolutely focus on manifestation. She is the witch of the deck. But I am getting sort of a caution of mentally, a lot of you think, oh, it's already in the bag. And so for some of you, it might be, right? Again, if they're moving towards you, and again, these cards actually seem very, like I want to pair them together. So if this person is moving towards building a world with you, maybe that's what these pentacles represent, building a house, building a future, right, with you, potentially. It's coming, be patient, but I guess I do sort of want to say lower your standards, your expectations? That doesn't feel right. Hold on. I want to make sure I deliver you the right message with this. Okay, you may have to make some sort of compromise in this. I think you care about this person. Obviously, you're watching a tarot video, peeking and wondering on them. But it may not come, the offer or the delivery and what you're anticipating or expecting, it may not come the way you anticipate or expect. And I just keep wanting to say, something about lowering your expectations. It's almost like initially you're not going to be able to have it all the way you wanted to. I think you're absolutely going to be able to create it and manifest it, right? If you're showing up as the Queen of Wands, that fiery energy, really strong energy here. But yeah, as I was saying, something about the ego or something about very high expectations. For one or two of you waiting on a wedding ring, they may not choose the one that you texted them pictures of months ago. And it's something like, well, if you love this person, it's a ring, right? And I know some of my Leos are like, oh, no. But like, I just keep wanting to say lower expectations a little bit. Make sure your heart is in the right place. You know, she's all about looks and beauty and I mean competence though too. She's my work hard, play hard queen. But your person does seem to be working hard on themselves. So I am tempted to say cut them a little bit of a break. Cut them a little bit of slack here. So emotionally, interesting, you have the Hierophant. So it is the card of marriage. It is also the card of Taurus. You might be dealing with a Taurus or another Leo. Doesn't have to be though. But yeah, you have marriage on the brain, but although it's funny though, some of you don't. Some of you, it's the opposite. So again, sometimes you're going to have to switch around the characters, but one person is actually very wary or unsure of committing to something by putting a ring on it, by committing to marriage. Something about a contract or signing on the dotted line, and maybe that has to do with you guys trying to obtain ownership of like a new space or a new house or something. Someone is very nervous about commitment, and I have to admit, emotionally, it is coming up under your person as a decision, back and forth juggling, the idea of a fear of commitment. And yeah, I mean, I have to say, like as I was, there is an element of third-party stuff with your person a little bit. Let's see, why is this, actually I'm going to do this deck. Why is this coming up in Leo's spread? Emotionally, why are they the Hierophant? Some of you just love a Taurus, and if that's the case, then that makes sense. But your Taurus has a shadow side. Your Taurus is definitely kind of doing a little bit of internal transformation. Lover. Aw, that's adorable. All right, so this is quite optimistic, though. What's coming up as like the deciding factor of this way or that way, left or right, up or down, what's coming up as the deciding factor is the sweetheart. I take that to mean like that will be the decision eventually. Hopefully that means you, Leo, right? The sweetheart. What's coming up in yours, it's something similar. It's like the lover, right? Particularly for someone who's really involved in someone who's, someone who is very affectionate for someone who is a musician or an entertainer, someone who works in the arts. So again, particularly a Taurus or a Sagittarius. Emotionally, you feel great love for this person in your life. But yeah, there is a sense of this person may be very domineering. Is that the right term? And maybe that's just like a dominatrix sexual type thing in the bedroom. If that's fine, then whatever, cool. But there may be an element to them that is a little bit controlling. But I don't love that because it's a little bit hypocritical in that they're not all in and yet they're wanting to control the situation. Again, might be a Capricorn for some of you. So what is the action you are going to be taking? All right, so you have the Devil. All right, interesting. Again, a card of Capricorn, and you also have the Three of Pentacles. So again, for some of you, it's just wanting to build with a Capricorn. Again, that's very optimistic that that's what's coming up here. The World is a card of Capricorn as well. It's Saturnian energy. So the action you're taking is freeing yourself from the idea of... It's something, I almost said wanting to build with a specific person. I don't know if you're on the fence too, or if this represents your person, but with the Three of Pentacles, there's three people in both these cards, and it does seem like some sort of decision factor. So it's a little bit unclear to me, but here's what I'll say. If one or both of you is involved in a third-party dynamic, again, it doesn't have to be like a sexual, physical third party. It could be, something with their kids or something with their parents or work taking up all their energy. I think you're moving away from that. You're freeing yourself from things that once restricted you and were not enabling you to grow and build and develop. This is the card of teamwork, but it's very positive in that what you're coming out of is devil energy, something that restricts us and holds us back, something that, again, it's our lower self, our lower vibrational energy, somewhere where we are stuck and not developing. What comes from that is development and growth and opportunity. Generally speaking, Three of Pentacles is a really great card. So I think you're moving towards like a new cycle or some sort of new chapter where it's a higher vibration, but you are still sort of stuck in this like devil energy, and that may just represent like the darker side of yourself coming through because you want someone to commit to you so bad. So again, maintain your strength, maintain your courage. Know your beauty and your worth and your value. You shouldn't really need to chase this person. When it comes right down to it, like, again, if they decide to move forward with you, you will know it comes from a place of clarity. But until then, they're still figuring out themselves what it is that they really want, Leo. All right, let's throw a couple oracle cards on this. I'll take one of these for Leo. Bear with me, going to be a little bit of shuffling here. And then let's throw one of these Romance Angel cards on each. So the Oracle card that came up is You Are Understood. Again, I'm being called to say Sagittarius with that, but we'll throw some signs down on it too. Wow, that shot out. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. We'll pull one more. For Leo, for Leo's in love. Calling in your soulmate. Yeah, with this card, there is like a little sense of like, come hither, come here. Like I'm waiting for you. Again, a lot of cards of music, musicians, arts, entertainers. You could both work in careers that involve entertainment of some sort. And so, yeah, it's like there's you're requested by popular demand. So maybe you're having to split your time, or your person is having to split their time between their job and you, Leo. All right, last but not least, let's throw some zodiac signs. Oops, those came right out. We'll take a couple more. All right, we'll take those. So Leo, you got yourself, again, you could be dealing with another Leo. You had a lot of Leo type energy. The card of Libra wants to be seen, a nice air sign, and Gemini, another air sign. And then this was the card that came out, You Are Understood. I think whatever conversations you've had with this person, you've made your point. They understand where you are. It does seem like the deciding factor, the decision making of where this person wants to go, it's in their hands. What they're headed towards seems really beautiful. It feels like things are going to open up. And for a lot of you, I think you're going to be able to grow and develop and thrive with this person. It may not be in a romantic sense for all of you, but it does seem like there's at minimum friendship here that could be salvaged, if not something more, okay? But I mean, your romance cards are very, very positive, so keep that in mind. All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if any of this resonates for you, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.